What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6, and it is a long weekend, I suppose you can call it. A long weekend. You know, we got the whole Independence Day, July 4th thing happening. A lot of people with their families, people getting blitzed. All kinds of cool stuff is happening right now, man. Um, we're gonna do what we do. I'm back in town, back here. This is gonna be the first long or full length uh show in like I think it's been like 3 weeks since we had like a full length show. Like a lot of the short ones I was doing because I was either on the move, on the slide, or basically moving around accordingly. But yeah, so we'll pretty much chop up game tonight. So we got a few cats in here, a few cats that aren't blitzed. So what's up with you guys? See here. Happy holiday weekend, everybody. Six, what it do for national peace, guards, and fam. Yes, sir. Good looking out. Thank you for tuning in, Wolf. Yes, sir. It's good to have you here, man. My man Wolf is always in the house, always in the corner lurking, my man. So I was talking to Wolf about some cool things over this last week that I discussed that I will not be talking about in public. But if you do want to know what they consist of, it does deal with the social security number and alternate methods. So hit me up privately if you're interested, and I can probably explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. In order to properly like go by step, I would have to actually do it myself, which I have not done yet, but I'll be glad to share the idea with you. So that's pretty much what that is. I have been reading. I have been doing a lot of research, man, and I've noticed that some books are dropping left and right. What's up, Alex? Good to see you here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Angela Racino, what's up? Greetings from Fort Lauderdale, Florida Republic, my friend. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I was just in Arizona over the last week. Out there with the fam. You know what I mean? It was real nice, dude. Arizona's a different kind of heat. Like here in Maryland, bro, like when it's like 90, 95 degrees, it feel like it's freaking 120 because you're being suffocated with the amount of moisture that's in the air. It's like you have trouble breathing when you move around too much. It's like the air is thin. You taking extra breaths, you just end up out of breath. It's terrible. I can't stand when it's super humid and hot here because the humidity makes it unbearable. But out in Arizona, it was like 108, 110, man, and I loved it. Shit was very much pretty easy to deal with, man. It was nice. So I'm like, yeah, man, this is ideal climate. And then let me tell you, you guys need to look up the Arizona gun laws out there. Those Arizona gun laws are very, very impressive. Like they literally set the bar with the gun laws and the statutes. I'm sorry, the statutes, the ordinances, whatever you want to call them. But they have some very lovely statutes out there dealing with the two-way community. So of course you guys know it's constitutional carry out there, permitless carry. So basically, what that means, everybody here knows what permitless or constitutional carry basically means. Um, you basically get to put your strap on your hip and walk around with it as long as I think you're over the age of 21. You can walk around with your strap on your hip. You know what I mean? Open or concealed, doesn't matter. All right. The self defense laws are great. If somebody comes over and just backhands you and you pull out your arm and you regulate like Warren G and they dog like yo, the law is in your favor because they have a stand your ground law, which there was a lot of controversy about the stand your ground law because a lot of people said it was racist from what happened to Trayvon Martin. Well, we know it's a psychological operation by now, but the Trayvon Martin situation, which happened in Florida, where the stand your ground law was being questioned, which is basically a two-way side. They wanted to get rid of that shit. So, um, yeah, that law is pretty much solid. So if you're within your business or whatever, and somebody comes over and starts fucking with you or something, and you deal with that shit, you know what I mean? Then guess what? Self defense all day. So there you go in terms of that. Um, and we're gonna get to the Supreme Court. I see people talking already. I had people asking about don't worry, yo. We're gonna address all that stuff today, yo, because there's a lot of movement happening right now. And I told you guys this would happen. I've been telling you this was gonna happen over the last year. If you've been paying attention, you've been listening. I've been telling you about the Supreme Court rulings and what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a cycle of a thunderstorm of WTF too. And I'll tell you why that is in a minute because there's movement. So let me get back to what I'm saying about Arizona. So yeah, stand your ground law is there. Um, Castle doctrine law. And if you're in your house and someone breaks in your house and you smoke them for breaking in your house, you pretty much got immunity from prosecution, pretty much. You know what I mean? That is lovely because you shouldn't be breaking in nobody's damn house anyway. But some states you actually have a duty to retreat in your house. Believe it or not, like if you're in your house watching Netflix and somebody come in your house with a chainsaw, you have to run. That is literally what the law says. If you smoke them and they got a chainsaw, you're going to be on a trial for murder. That's how crazy some of these dumbass statutes are. You know what I mean? That's absurd to me. So castle doctrine is there pretty much defend your house. Conceal carry pretty much just about everywhere. Now I did notice there are certain buildings that have what is that? What is that law called in Arizona? The statute. I think it's called Arizona State Statute. Let me see. Man, I thought I took a picture of it. Yeah, I thought I took a. It's like ARS like two somethings dash something something something. And what's very interesting? That statute backs up our original thought of residence and address that puts you in their jurisdiction. Because it was very interesting on that statute. I looked it up and I read it. It basically said that if you're a resident of Arizona, that statute doesn't apply to you. So if you go inside a building and you strap and you are not a resident of Arizona, from what I read and what I gathered from that statute does not apply to you, which is interesting. It doesn't apply if the sign was obscured or it fell off. It doesn't apply if the sign wasn't there the previous week and now it's there. You know what I mean? There's like common sense statutes with that type of thing that apply. But I thought that was interesting, man, because like, yo, the address, it comes back down to that address. And it's just like a lot of people were saying with the address to put you in that jurisdiction. That's the reason why when you do the passport application, you put rural free delivery. You're basically putting yourself back in the republic, back on the land instead of in the maritime admiralty jurisdiction area, which is why when they pull your information for a traffic stop, it comes up blank or it says do not detain. Hold on. Let me catch up with some of these comments. I got so much to talk to you guys about. It's crazy. I got to take it slow so I don't forget anything. Cash Luciano, what's good with you, man? Tony, what's up, man? Yeah, the Supreme Court, dude. Listen, yo, I got you, yo. I got you. Hey, I know New York is on fire. We gonna talk though. We gonna talk. What up, Lost Roads? All right, look. Y'all keep asking about the Supreme Court situation. All right, boom. So we know what happened with the Supreme Court situation. 6-3 split. 6-3 ruling, basically saying that New York's May issue scheme is unconstitutional, which we know any permit to exercise a right is unconstitutional any damn way because the Constitution is clear as day. But the permit law was struck down, or the permit statute was struck down as May issue. For those of you who live in other free states, people that live in New York and Maryland, not so much. What we have here is something called goddamn bug flying around. We have what's called what is it? Clear and substantial reason. I think that's what it's called here. In New York, it might be called something different. But basically, if you were to apply for a permit, theoretically, and you were to say self-defense, I need to be able to defend myself, they would deny you just off you saying self-defense. You literally have to have been assaulted before. Excuse me, not even assaulted. You have to have been almost killed before, the victim of some kind of threat to kill you or something like that. Ex-police officer, ex-corrections, a business owner that manages a lot of cash, and or a celebrity or somebody that basically knows the politicians that put your paperwork through. Supreme Court basically came out and said, yo, that's unconstitutional. Y'all can't tell people that they can't use the fact that they need to defend themselves as a good and substantial reason. That's unconstitutional. So now all these states, and there's only 6 of them: California, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, Massachusetts. What are the other two? I'm missing 2 of them, but they're basically Democrat states pretty much. There's 2 more, I believe. But what they're basically what basically happens is these people, these politicians are pretty much upset because they can't restrict people's rights anymore via 2A. Check this out, yo. Do you know 4 days ago in California, there was a all the list of people who had concealed carry permits. I think he even said people who had um the license to actually own one, because in Cali you need a license to own one in the first, not even just to carry, you need a license to even own one. All of their names, dates, social security numbers, what was it, date of birth, address, all of that shit was leaked out on the internet like 4 days ago, bro. Facts. 4 days ago, all of their information was put out into cyberspace. Now they covered their ass and got rid of that link the next day. You literally could go on the website and click a link and see a whole list of people's names. And keep in mind, they just passed that whole red flag situation too, basically. So they want to be able to come take arms from anybody that's pretty much reported to be unfit to have arms or something like that. That's also unconstitutional as fuck, because that's a straight spit in the face of the Fourth Amendment. But they want to do that also. So check it out, man. Everybody's information in California who has a concealed carry permit was put all over cyberspace. I'm talking about down to the social security number, bro. The data breaches is crazy. You didn't had goddamn, the first one that started it off was the Equifax data breach like 7 years ago. That might have been longer than that. Then you had credit, what is it, Capital One that just had one 2 months ago, I think. There's a bunch of other banks that had them too. So man, these information leaks are all over the place, bro. This information just flying all out in cyberspace. So there's about to be a big ass lawsuit on California for that, because that's crazy to me. You just putting people's information all over the damn place. That's wild. There's about to be a big ass lawsuit for that. Um, California is also trying to find ways to skirt the Supreme Court decision, which Supreme Court pretty much said, if you guys are issuing permits and such, you can't. It's unconstitutional for you to tell people that they can't, have an arm to defend themselves, something like that. So they start coming out with all these laws. All right, well, you can't carry in a building unless there's a sign on the building that says you can carry. If there's no sign, it's illegal. And you can't carry within so many feet of a school. And it was just a whole bunch of obscure, crazy shit. It was a whole list of wild stuff. Like, oh, what do you? Of course you can't. You already couldn't carry it at school. I mean, that's anywhere. No matter where you go at, you can. The police officers can't even carry at the school. That's why a lot of them police officers, when shit be happening at the school, they just be like, "Fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of here," because they don't have no arms on them. They're not allowed to have loaded arms. When a police officer on school grounds, their arms have to be put in a secure box and cannot come inside the school property. And that's what they don't want you to know. So, I think it was like bars, and it was a lot of regulations. So it's like, all right, well, you can't carry it on what is it, a bus, train, none of that stuff. And you ask yourself, well, what the fuck can I carry? What the fuck's the point of me getting a permit then? If y'all gonna tell me I can't take it nowhere, what the hell's the point of that? You know what I mean? So the Democrats, they basically figuring out ways to get around it. Maryland put out like a little memo via the police department, because here you gotta basically ask the police permission to get like a CCW, which is a concealed carry weapons permit, or a HQL is what it's called here, handgun qualification license, to even purchase one. Yeah, so here's like boom, you got to go through all that to do that. And then now I just went to the range the other day, and it said right on there, it had like a little a sign that was saying that it's under the laws or statutes or codes or whatever are under review right now, and Maryland hasn't decided yet. So it's been about almost a week and a half, and you got a situation where a lot of these states are dragging their goddamn feet. The people don't want to change the damn laws. You had the damn what was it, Tony? Was it the mayor of was it the mayor of New York? What is that lady's name? What is her name? What is her status? But she's like I think she's the mayor or something like that in New York or something. But she don't even look like a human. When I look at her face, that looks like that is not a human. That's somebody pretending to be a goddamn human. Bone structure in her face isn't right. Doesn't look right. Nah, that don't look right to me. But anyway, I digress. She's like, I have a responsibility to maintain the safety of everybody in New York, blah, 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 such and such. More guns on the streets basically means there'll be more crime, this, that, and the third, completely ignoring the fact that New York is on fire right now anyway, before they even passed, Supreme Court even passed this goddamn law. So this reporter raises her hand and asks her, I'm gonna see if I got it on here. Reporter basically raised her hand and asked her, hey, what data do you have that shows that concealed carry permit holders cause cause these crimes, or what is the statistical percentage of concealed carry permit holders that cause crime? And she says, I don't need the statistics, I don't need the numbers in the data. She literally said that, I don't need it. Yo. At this point, we should be aware of what's happening right now. These people are these persons or whatever the hell they are, beings, they're not people, man. These mofos are something else. And the reason that they don't want the people having arms, they got their mercenaries, which are the police officers, basically. They're like private military corporations. They got them enforcing their statutes. Because let's be real, if they didn't have these private military police officers enforcing them statutes, wouldn't nobody listen to their asses at all. They need muscle for it. It's the same thing when you got a gang or something like that, or you running a set or something. I mean, you're not gonna be able to hold your block down unless you got some muscle. You gotta have a way to make money draw. Really, you know what's crazy? A gang is just like a goddamn trust for real. It's the same shit. The only thing is it ain't no EIN number for real. It's probably literally the same shit. You got trustees, you got the beneficiaries, you know what I mean? You got the muscle, which is basically like lawyers and shit like that to litigate, which we all know in street politics, you know what I mean? It's a different thing there. You got it has to have a way to be able to generate income. Dude, it's literally almost identical. The only thing it's missing is an EIN. You know, real talk, real talk. So when you start talking about that, man, you gotta look at it in that perspective. So that blew me away, man. But so yeah, they're trying to figure out. New York is trying to figure out a way to word the the statutes so that it's a felony to carry in Times Square. It's a felony to carry on the train. You know what I mean? Some they actually made it so that some misdemeanors actually disqualify you from getting the CCW. Dude, it's crazy the amount of hoops they've been jumping through. But this goes to show you these ain't people, man. They not people, bro. They not people. I'm telling you, they not people. They're not people. They persons, entities, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Ain't no way, bro. Like, you cannot convince me. Like, come on. I know it's corruption, Mel, but nah, man. Nah, that's a whole nother level. You are literally defying Supreme Court, which means you don't whoever's telling you to do this or whatever code you live by, you don't feel like the code of the United States of America applies, or the law of the United States of America applies to whatever you're trying to do. Which that's a whole nother entity right there, bro. Facts. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers on some other shit. But hey, that was to be expected. We already knew what it was going to be with that situation, man. We already knew. They got lots of tricks up their sleeve. Whole lot of them. All right. Let's move on. All right, so let me show you guys hold on, somebody. We got a bunch of people in the comment section. Tony says, I did a common carry affidavit and got it notarized as a secure party signed in red. Fire. Yeah, I've heard that. I've also heard somebody mention if you get like a machine that does identification and stuff like that, you can actually make your own and send it to the police chief, basically put them on notice. This is the number to my my permit for the Second Amendment or whatever like that, and give it to yourself and basically send it to her if they have any objection or whatever. Go through the process of doing that, getting it notarized, and do it that way too. I've never done it myself, of course. Nicole, what up? What up? She couldn't answer. Nah, she couldn't. She couldn't answer because a lot of this stuff that they're regulating, bro, is off of emotions, and it's happening only in these liberal havens, bro. Like, the wildest thing is if you look at the history in a lot of these places, the history actually was there was actually strong history of fighting back against the tyranny from the government. Baltimore was one of them that was real famous. If you look at the history of the Panthers and all that stuff, we all know about California. That we all know about Cali. All right, whether you believe the Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton, and all that was a psyop or not, it has a rich history intertwined with the land or the area, as well as New York. New York is another one that has a rich history of that. And it almost seems like these places that were like the strongest against tyranny are being regulated the hardest. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it seems like to me when I start to look at all this stuff. Smith and Wesson 40 is cal is my carry. Yeah, the 40 cal, I haven't, believe it or not, I have not shot a 40 cal, man. I haven't shot a 40 cal before. But a lot of people like the 40 cals because that's what the officers carry, you know. What up, Richard? Yo, laughing and shit. What up, Zakiba? What's up, my man? My man, my man. I got you, Richard. Give me a minute, yo. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta get through the gambit. It's probably gonna be like an hour, and I'm gonna drop the link so everybody can jump in and drop words. Yeah, I usually go through it, but yeah. So yeah, the Supreme Court has made their ruling. That's a lot of lawsuits too. Now, there's lawsuits on people not being able to get their CCWs. So people about to make some cheese off the state for their corruption. Like, oh, you want to be corrupt? All right, pay me. This is what I would suggest. All right, sue the state, right? Get paid, right? Take that money and move to the South. Move to goddamn Florida. Move to Arizona West, or move to goddamn Texas, or move to Georgia, or move somewhere else. Like, leave these fucking liberal ass states alone, bro. Spend your money. If they don't want you to take the money from the state and move somewhere else with it, man. That's what I suggest anyway. Buy yourself a bunch of arms somewhere else where they actually give a fuck about your rights and the people. You know, obviously they don't want you there. I mean, it's very clear. Same thing here. I was looking at Arizona like, yo, I could get used to this. Like, real talk, I could get used to this. Shit, the food is delicious. It's like real. The architecture is real old school. You know what I mean? It's not like a whole bunch of electronics and stuff like that. I'm like a old school type guy. But I did notice, however, in Phoenix, which is where I was, there's a lot. You can tell there's a lot of Californians that fled their state that they fucked up. There's a lot of Californians. You can always tell because one, they got on masks. All right. And everybody know in Phoenix and Arizona and all them areas, that mask shit is dead. They still wearing masks. So they pretty much, they gone, yo. Mentally, they gone. For one, they still wearing the masks. Two, they got purple, blue, and red and pink and all kinds of weird hair colors and stuff like that. And then and some other things I want to say, but I can't say because I don't want to get my shit flagged. So there's some other ways you can like that's an odd looking individual there. You know what I mean? I can't say what I want to say, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so there's a lot of Californians there, and the other thing I noticed too, which was very interesting, and I think I talked to you guys about this on the last live. In Arizona, weed is like 100% recreationally legal. I was like, what the fuck? It ain't even recreationally legal here yet. How the fuck is a red state? They said it's a blue state now. I still don't believe that shit. How the fuck is a state that's pro 2A so heavy, um, recreationally legal for weed? Because it's usually one or the other. I'm sure you guys have heard if you have a medical card for weed, you can't have a carry permit. Or is it a gun? You can't own guns or some stupid shit like that. Like, you can't have it both ways, basically, which I thought was absurd. But again, a lot of shit is absurd that don't make no goddamn sense anyway. But yeah, that was raw. But yeah, man. So we're looking and keeping an eye on exactly what's happening with the Supreme Court situation and the states getting sued and all that stuff. That's about to be real big. You about to hear a lot of victories. And there's a what is it? A magazine ban too. That's probably about to get overturned. A whole lot going on because they taxing it. Well, let's be real here. The only reason they can tax the weed is because it's chem weed. And that's why I tell a lot of y'all, if y'all still messing with weed, y'all better be messing with that out of the ground shit. I'll be fucking with that chem weed, bro. Don't take your ass to goddamn Arizona or something like that and go to one of them dispensaries because that weed got all kinds of shit in it that ain't good for you. That's the only reason they can tax you for it. Don't forget, they can't mix public with private. They can't tax you for nature per se. You know what I mean? That's why they got zip codes and shit like that, so they can tax you for the zip codes. They know what they doing, bro. So with this weed and stuff like that they selling at dispensaries, that shit's already been stepped on. Finest thing walking. Oh snap! We got a living legend in the house. God damn! What do I do? What do I owe the honor of the finest thing walking tuning in? That's what's up, man. Yo, if y'all not subscribed, I'm pretty sure everybody here is. Go subscribe to my man Finest Thing Walking. Dude's got some bars, and dude is very knowledgeable. He actually helped me out, gave me a boost with my subscribers. So the only thing I can do is pay it forward. Please go to that man's channel and hit the subscribe button, man. Do him a favor. He did me one. I'm very grateful for that too, man. Thank you. Some people out here in New York still wearing masks. It's like 96 degrees out here. Yo, it's humid. Isn't it humid in New York too? Like, why y'all wearing masks still? Y'all are killing. I mean, to each his own. But I want to answer, God damn it. Like you honestly can't still believe in the C19. Ain't no way you still believe in that shit. You know what I mean? If you was that scared, stay in the damn house. You obviously ain't. I get organic tree. Yeah, that's the only way to do it, man. Telling you. That chem weed is crap, bro. 100%. You messing with that chem weed, man. There's all kinds of shit in that weed, bro. Don't even do it. Dispensary herb is trash. That's what I be telling people, man. You get that shit right out of the ground, man. Right out the. If you know somebody that actually plants it and don't use no chemicals, just good old H2O and sun to grow it, man. That's the best way to go. You know what I mean? You don't want to be putting all that other stuff in your body. I'm telling you, they got all kinds of stuff to fight off bugs and all that stuff from chewing on the leaves, and, make it grow faster to get more weight so they can sell more by pound and all that. This is a whole game. It's commerce, yo. This is how they calculate how much they're gonna make. 1,000%. Yeah, but yeah, I agree 1,000%. Don't be messing with that chem weed. I'm telling you. Man, let me tell you something about that. I said, wait, how'd you get that? Hey, let me tell you something, bro. I think that dude Fauci is pushing up daisies right now, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, that dude. I didn't read stories that dude was executed at Guantanamo Bay early this year. I don't, you can't really believe everything you read, but he disappeared for a long time, which was very weird. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? But yeah, that was odd. I'll put it that way. And then for him to be one of the last people that got it, fuck no. Hell no. I said backpack boys. Yo, so hey, did y'all hear about that CERN though? Did y'all hear about? I know y'all heard about CERN. Please don't get it twisted, y'all. All this stuff that's in the news, though, y'all need to be paying attention to what's about to happen with CERN, CERN. That machine they got, that particle accelerator, they about to fire up again. They haven't fired it up since 2016, and there was no known Mandela effects before 2016. They about to fire it up at full power on the 5th. Yo, hey, yo, it's about to be crazy. Man, listen, bro. They whatever they doing with that CERN, yo, y'all better be ready for anything. Cause I'm telling you, y'all might fuck around and look down at your phone, and it might be a goddamn mini PS5 or something. Like, what the fuck? What is this shit? And you fucking ask your girlfriend or something like, yo, what is this? That's your phone. Well, you've had that phone for how many years now? You don't know what it is? Like, you know what I mean? You might go out to your car if you got a Camry, and you might fuck around and see a goddamn Lambo in the driveway. Like, yo, is this mine? Like, where did this come from? Your neighbor, like, you just got that last week. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, this whole third thing it's about to be crazy. And if you thought the Mandela effects, because they were ever so subtle, man, the Mandela effects that everybody was talking about, they were ones that you would notice, but they weren't like out there unless you were like looking for them. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, at our older age, ain't nobody really checking for Bernstein Bears like that. Maybe if we had children in the 90s or something like that, or if it was us looking at the joint, but nobody really checking for that no more. Somebody just happened to stumble across it. So it's probably a bunch more to a Mandela effects that people just haven't seen yet. But dude, it's about to be a whole lot more of those, man. I can promise you, it's about to be crazy. And it's about to be a lot of spirits. They're about to open this portal, and you're gonna see a lot of spirits and stuff like that too. You might start seeing things that you don't 100% fully understand. You might start having people act weird. You know what I mean? People might have spirits attached to them and stuff like that. Meditating is going to be the way to go. All right. Protecting your aura and meditating. Okay. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all the longest time to get that crystal Bible, yo. I hope y'all listen to me because y'all about to need them mofos. All right. Y'all need to look in that crystal Bible and find out what is responsible for protecting your aura and protecting your energy, protecting your spirit, whatever. Keeping negative spirits away from you because shit is about to get real when they open that portal, man. I'm telling you, bro. July 5th, watch The Mist on Netflix. The Mist, okay. Hadron Collider, word, okay, okay. What up, Mr. Wicks? What's good with you? Don't forget about the time difference. They're July 5th, maybe our July 4th. That's a good ass point. That is a good point. Yo, that's a good point. I ain't think about that. That's facts. Yo, where they at? Where is that at? Sweden or something like that? What they 12 hours ahead, I think. They on the east coast of the world. I think they 12 hours ahead, if I'm not mistaken. They might be like 10 or something. But yeah, that's a good point, Charlita. And don't drink. That's another thing too. I was invited to a Independence Day cookout today with the fam. I couldn't even do it. I'm like, yo, nah, I'm gonna just chill. I ain't trying to. I meditated last night and all that stuff, bro. I meditated and everything last night, man. It just, try to make sure I stay in my higher conscious. Avoid crappy foods, man. Put some stuff from the earth in your stomach. You know what I mean? Try to eat as clean as you can. Meditate and don't let nothing get to you. Don't get out of character. Don't be arguing with nobody. You'll try to stay as calm as possible so you can stay as high of a conscious as you possibly can because you're going to need every single bit of it. Telling you, telling you. If you thought the Mandela effect from 2016 was crazy, man, that was a test run just to see how many people noticed what was going on. Stay sober, yeah. Don't fall to that lower state of consciousness. Stay sober. Hit the like button, get them likes up. Too many people in here, not enough likes. Please hit the like button, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. We got 25 people in here, so we can get 25 likes plus. And why's my banner not on? I'm tripping. If you want to send me a donation down there too, man, $1, $2, $3, $4, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm good with it. Any donation's good. I don't really get any checks off of this just yet. Working on that. So if you want to donate, that'd be great. I mean, I said not a drinker. Stay focused. Stop eating meat and chicken 3 years ago. Fair, fair. Everything's trying to suck that energy. Surfer dude, what's up? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, don't you might start noticing people going off the deep end too, man. And don't even know why. Because a lot of people refuse to believe any of this shit. I'm telling you. A lot of people are refusing to believe any of the stuff we talk about here on these days, man. We start talking about, interdimensional beings. We start talking about, entities and stuff like that. It just goes at that point they tune out or they just start daydreaming or just like, this motherfucker's crazy. Let me get over here away from him. You know what I mean? But nobody ever considers the fact that what you see might not be all there is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say nobody, but the people who are plugged in or the persons who are plugged in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on the likes, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, yo, man, it's about to be crazy, man. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. So the question is with you guys, how are you guys feeling about what's about to happen? Like what's you guys' opinion on all that stuff? What's about to happen with the fifth? Have you checked out Rod Hayes? No, I can't say I have, man. Calm is always better, bro. If you can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it took me a long time to get to that point. I used to be a hothead when I was younger. But dude, after going through a lot of bullshit, man, very seldom is losing your temper or losing your cool really necessary or needed. I'm on some shit where I'm like, man, whatever, yo, fuck that. Literally, like that's my attitude now, man. So screw all that, man. I don't need all that drama, all that arguing and stuff. Speaking of health, look at the plant called Self Heal Prunella vulgaris. Self Heal. Self Heal. That's what the plant's called. Self Heal. All right, cool. I got it. I made a note. So check this. Yo, speaking of plants, did y'all ever hear that plant? That was a thing that was circulating on Facebook. This was circulating on Facebook about 6 years ago, and it was interesting because I had did some research on this plant, but my research was very limited because I had looked into a video and I started reading what people were typing, but I never saw any of that stuff. Excuse me, anything else about that stuff later on. There was supposed to be a type of fungus plant or something like that only grows near volcanoes. They said the only ones that are known as of right now are in Hawaii. But there's supposed to be a plant that a woman can sniff that gives her an orgasm instantly. I, I shit you not. This I literally, if you don't believe me, we can take a look at it. And the interesting thing is, this plant is shaped like uh, a phallic, a, a phallic, uh, a phallic item, a body part. We'll put it that way. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. It's a mushroom. Yeah, it's a fungal mushroom. Find that damn thing. Here it is, right here. Hawaiian mushroom induces spontaneous orgasms in women. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. And this is along the lines of the hidden shit they would never freaking tell you. Hold on a second. I'll show y'all. And I'm like, yo, has any woman ever tried this before? You know what I mean? How real is this? Take a look at this.
Hey y'all, so there's this meme on the internet about this mushroom that's supposed to induce orgasm in women, and I had read about it, right? And I was curious about it, so I looked further into it. Come to find out that it grows right here on the big island where I live at, and it's exclusive to volcanic zones who have eruptions that are like 500 to 1,000 years old. But anyways, I step out into my garden one day, and guess what I find? The mushroom that from that meme, and I'm gonna show it to you guys right here. This mushroom is supposed to induce orgasm in a woman, and it's supposed to be a very rare mushroom. And I'll show you what it looks like. But the smell that it produces is very, very similar to semen. It smells like semen, human semen, and it's just very pungent. And you could smell it every time I smell it in the air. I come to the garden, and sure enough, I can see it right here. So this is the mushroom right here. As you can see, it has an orange netting, and this has a phallus shape like a lot of mushrooms do, but it's a very interesting looking mushroom. It almost looks like something man-made, right? So this mushroom is supposed to induce orgasm in women. That's what the article said, and there's a lot of articles on the news about it. And as of right now, it's still not busted. It's still not for sure. So the verdict is still out. I'm not a woman, so I can't test that out. But it's very interesting to think about. Imagine a plant or a mushroom that can actually generate such a chemical response as to make a woman orgasm. Now that's something cool to think about, right? And it's very rare, so it's just kind of synchronistic that I landed upon it. So do your research. I'll post some pictures in the name of the mushroom, and you can look into it and see what you can find and let me know. All right.
All right. So hold on. Let me see. Let me get the name. What the fuck? There we go. The name of the mushroom is Phallus indusiatus. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on here for y'all so y'all can look it up yourselves. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. Like that is very, very interesting. That is very interesting, man. Take a look at that right there. This is what the plant's called. And it's like, yo, why is shit like this not put out there? Like, you know what I'm talking about? You know, especially with that whole Roe v. Wade situation, a lot of women gonna be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just get this plant and I'm good. It's crazy, man. But nah, like, and plants like this exist out there, man. They exist out there. It's probably, dude. I'm gonna tell y'all something. All right, y'all heard my man get on here and say that Africa got pissed off at the Marvel Studios for taking the secrets of Wakanda and stuff like that and put them in that Black Panther movie. And there is actually a plant that does give you superhuman strength and all that stuff too. It grows specifically in Africa. And there's a whole ritual where you lay in the dirt and all that stuff with the plant. So a lot of these, dude, there's so many things that probably will give us the mean enhancement to not have to deal with none of this shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you might fuck around, have a crystal mixed with a plant that you keep the crystal on you, and you eat the plant, and you might turn into goddamn Goku. You know, you fuck around, turn into Kakarot and shit. Like jurisdiction, motherfucker. I got jurisdiction wherever I go. Ain't nobody got jurisdiction over me. All right, you feel me? So they don't want you to know that though. What kind of craziness would that be though? But again, all of these things that we see in media, movies, TV shows, and all this stuff, yo, this stuff is all predictive programming. They tell you exactly what it is, and this is somebody actually said something interesting online. It was like, yo, the reason they do it like that is so when they do fucked up shit, they don't get any karmic punishment for it. Because if they tell you what's up and they tell you how to avoid it, and you just be like, oh, it's just a movie, and they do that shit to you, and you too ignorant to apply because they showed you how to get out of it. If you too ignorant to apply that, then guess whose fault that is? Your fault. They don't acquire any karmic punishment for it because let's be real, even the entities that are inside of this, whether you call it a simulation, whether you call it a planet, reality, whatever you want to call it, there's a universal law of karma that applies to every being in this planet. You feel me? So they are not excluded, and they know this, and they have known this for a long time. And books and stuff like that, the tablets of Thoth, they've read all that stuff. They know about all this. All right, they know how to move around, they know how to maneuver and stuff. All right, so the way they've been doing things is the way they keep getting away with stuff. They show you in movies what they're gonna do. They show you in TV shows. They show you in books. Any of those things that they put out there. Damn, we looked at the situation with the masks about the CIA and masks. There's actually a division, a CIA division in Hollywood. There's a division of CIA in movie production. Yes, we know this. If you know what a rainbow cloak is, you'll be fine. I do not know what a rainbow cloak is, and I will not be fine. But I will need you to break that down because I would like to be fine. Please inform me. Rainbow cloak. I need to find that plant. Right. I'm that yo. That would kick your bedroom game way up if you had that plant, bro. Like you literally can do any goddamn thing. You can give her a damn people's elbow like the Rock, and then bounce off the once, and then give her a people's elbow, and then just just let her sniff the plant afterwards, and she was still orgasm. How great would that be? I seen that video with the chick. What video with the chick? What are you talking about? What I miss? After a sniff. Don't they already get a rose? Cash. Laughing. We gotta find a way to turn that mushroom to a cologne or perfume. Gonna be worth billions. Let me tell you, if you can get your hand on that, but see, this the trick is right. You can't put that type of stuff on a plane. That's like that'd be like some kind of uh wildlife smuggling or something. I don't. They got some statute or something like that. But yeah, I digress. If you were able to put that, make that a perfume or cologne or something like that, dude. Let me tell you something, bro. You could probably fuck around and sell that shit for 10 grand a bottle, and you would make every penny. Every penny. You fuck around and get a bottle of that shit and charge $2,500 per two squirts. Like, oh, you going on a date? Give me $2,500 and I'll make sure you get laid tonight. What? Yo, motherfuckers is paying for instant. What is it? OnlyFans and premium Snapchats and stuff like that, bro. $2,500 for two squirts. I'm definitely gonna score tonight. What? That's what they are like. What? Take my money now. You know what I mean? That's what they be on some shit like that. You would make money, 100%. Hey, it would definitely be worth money. Glad you looked into that. Yes, sir. Or be real immortal like come say Jermaine who drinks monatomic gold. Yeah, that's another thing I rock with that monatomic gold. I like that a lot too. I fuck with that. That's actually good for your stomach and your gut too. Good for your digestive system. Monatomic gold. Good for the immune system too. Karma is universal. Yes, indeed. Purple fruits get that gold. I have some monatomic gold. Yes, indeed. Check your email. Article 239. I think is that canon law? Canon Law 2174, 2175, Atlantean Law, the Organic Laws of the Americas. Okay, I'm gonna take a look into that. Keith sends me a lot of good stuff too, man. Keith sends me a lot of good. I'm gonna take a look at that email you sent me. I don't think I got a chance to look at it yet. Yeah, he's like, give her so give her a goddamn a rock bottom. I'm gonna do the worm in the bedroom, yo. Just WORM, and then hit it with the chop, whatever, then just give it a little sniff. Or me, 2,500 to spray. What, bro? Like, yo, you literally start up a damn trust or something like that. You know what I mean? To start up a trust, you know, orgasm trust or something crazy stuff like that, man. And give it a couple sprays, bro. 2,500, couple sprays. Then that whole bottle, bro. Now you talking about passive income, yo. Yeah. If you can find a way to turn that damn mushroom into a cologne, you in business, big time, yo. I mean that shit. You might mess around, have dudes trying to rob you for that shit. For real, like yo, what? One spray, one lay, hey, crazy. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of stuff like that out there, man. The world is a very small place, but it's very huge in terms of what we've actually discovered ourselves. Now, the people, and not the people, but the persons or the individuals, the entities in charge, they know all this stuff. They know it all. You'd be surprised with the amount of knowledge they have. That's why they're able to rule so hard. They fully understand and understand exactly what the rules are and what can't be done and what needs to be done in order to keep moving things the way they want it to move. You know, they don't want to let go of the power. That's why they're fighting so hard for all these things. You know, they're pushing the agendas and stuff like that. I watched Ms. Marvel, that TV show, which is god awful. That is one of the worst Marvel movies I've seen in my life. It was pathetic. Eternal sucked. Miss Marvel sucked. And what was the other one I did not like at all? It was another one I didn't. Nah, the Doctor Strange movie. It didn't suck, but it was not good. I was disappointed. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that they're pushing and these agendas and stuff like that, it's just messing stuff up, man. And it's that desperate attempt to try to hold on to the last bit of power they got. You know. Sounds like the movie Love Potion #9. You know about the Moors and Lemuroc. Yeah, we know about the Moors. Rainbow Cloak, basically knowing the powerful light that you are evil can't see you. Wait. Rainbow Cloak, basically knowing the powerful light that you are evil cannot see you. See, and the thing about it is, I agree with that 100%. But sometimes when y'all type stuff, y'all got to be very careful about like what y'all. Because I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's not that nothing's wrong with you. It's just like I'm trying to read that and it's not making sense. You know what I mean? But now I feel what you were trying to say though. Mind, body, spirit, and harmony more powerful than your cloak. I agree with that. I knew that's what you were trying to say. It just was. It looked like it was rushed. I tried to read this damn email I was sent earlier, bro. I swear, man. You know how Jean Grey would try to lift uh, like a giant island or something like that, and her nose would start bleeding, and she start like, ah. That's how I look trying to read this sentence. This dude sent me like, what the fuck did you just say? And please just take an extra second to proofread what you send me because I'm trying to read and move on to the next email and stuff like that. And y'all be crazy sometimes. I love y'all though. Love y'all to death. His historic research is on point. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, look, let me show y'all something right here. So Taquan X actually posted something very interesting. We're gonna get to that in a second. I want to show y'all this real quick though. So this is a situation where this police officer tried to get this man to submit uh over his right, and he wasn't having it. All right, take a look at this real quick.
We're doing a driver's license check, so you need to see your driver's license.
No, you don't. Can you tell me what crime I've committed? Did you catch me speeding?
You didn't commit a crime. You checking for driver's
Right.
license.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can we see your license?
No, sir.
Can we see your license? Why are you making this harder than what it is? Man, where your license at?
Did I commit a crime?
Either you give me your license or we're going to break this window and get you out of this car, man.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Would you like to lose your qualified immunity?
I'm not. All right, stay right here.
Can I speak to your supervisor?
You can just show me your license. You can go on about your business. But you finna get arrested for not even want to show your license. Have you ever been through a roadblock? Do you live in Mississippi? Just ask you. Every time you've been through a roadblock, have you done this?
Yes, I have.
And what did they do?
Not a thing.
They just let you go?
Yes, they do.
Man, you making this hard. I don't even want to go through this with you. Can I just see your license, please?
I have a license.
Show me your license, and you can go on about your business.
I have a constitutional right not to be stopped and harassed. Thank you.
My man said, man, come on, man. My man was not trying to let his rights get violated at all. He wasn't trying to have that. And they don't have, and a lot of them checkpoints and shit like that, you know, those are completely unconstitutional. You know what I'm talking about? It basically goes off of you not knowing your rights. Like if you don't know that they can't just stop you and tell you to let me see your license. It don't really work like that. You got to be committing a crime, or actually technically, if you want to be really technical, they can't even really pull you over for traffic infractions that's not hurting nobody. Like if you ain't just bang somebody's car, you're not all over the road about to hit somebody, or no public threat to public safety. They really can't even pull you over because it ain't no reason for you to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? That's not a crime. If you have like no plate on your car, that's not a crime. That's a traffic infraction, which is not a crime. You do not have to show a license unless you've committed a crime. That's what it is. But a lot of times they try to go around like and this is the same reason that there's pushback against the permit situation too. It's because of money, and they don't want to lose money. They want you to pay fines and tickets, and they want to lock people up and shit like that. So I mean, 100%. You know, if you feel as though that you don't know enough to defend yourself, don't just be out there doing this stuff like that. Let me tell you something, all right? And I tell y'all this every week, and I'm gonna tell y'all this again because it's sometimes it gets a little frustrating just having to tell people the same shit over and over again. But I'm gonna tell you again, all right? If you are out here and you traveling, right? You got your private plate on. Please make sure you do not have your fucking driver's license. All right? Do not be out here talking about you traveling with a driver's license in your hand. Don't do it. You're gonna overcomplicate shit. Don't even have that shit in your pocket for real. Don't even have it at your house. In my opinion, and I don't give legal advice. If you need legal advice, please ask somebody who does give legal advice. I'm not a licensed attorney. If you do need legal advice, please contact a licensed attorney. Only thing I can give you is information. Do with it what you must, but do fucking not have a license in your possession. Example, there was a national that I told you guys about. Maybe this might have been 2 weeks ago. Got his ass locked up for 14 days. My man, good dude, very intelligent. All right, he moves a little slow with certain stuff, and it kicked him in his ass. All right, so he's out there on the road, and the situation is he's on the side of the highway because someone he knew was too drunk to continue operating the motor vehicle or driving technically. So he pulls up behind him in his whip, and he gets out of his car, turns his car off, and goes and basically gets behind the wheel, right? Now, mind you, it is 2:00 in the fucking morning. What do I always tell you guys? All right? What hours are rookie hours? What is amateur night? What time is amateur night? All right. Jobs that people who are seniors in, they get the best hours. Okay, they get the best hours. If you go to work at Target or something like that, or Kroger's or something, not even that's a bad example. If you go work at the post office or something like that, right? And you want to start working there, you're going to get the crappy hours. You're going to get the hours that are your first year, your first day there, orientation is complete, all that. You're going to be working from 9 p.m. to 7 in the morning. That's going to be your hours. You got graveyard shift for the first 5-6 years. Maybe longer, depending on how the department goes. When one of the seniors retire, you might be able to get placed in a better position, which is the 8 a.m. to the 5 p.m. All right. These police officers that are on the road are young rookies. All right. They got their badge, they got their gun, they got a little bit of authority, and they got a couple sergeants, you know what I mean, that don't even, sergeants probably haven't even been encountered a lot of this stuff either. Because they're on a nighttime shift too, don't forget. So if you got a sergeant, if it ain't a lieutenant, because a lieutenant might have just been a sergeant, just took the lieutenant job. Like, fuck, they're gonna pay me all this goddamn money, or yeah, I'm gonna go and take this lieutenant job. You feel me? The sergeants, right? They also probably haven't seen nothing like this. So when you are out here at night, they're going to do a lot of stupid shit because they think they can. They don't know nothing about the right to travel. They don't teach them none of this at the academy. I've already talked to a couple different police officers. They were like, yo, they don't teach us none of this stuff, man. This is crazy. I show them the laws. I show them the codes. Like, yo, this is actual code. This is a United States code. And why are they telling us to do this? You know, they literally said that to me. So, all right. So back to the story. So he's in the car. So he is just basically he sleep, I guess, in the driver's seat or whatever like that. But he's not driving. The car's not even started. He's just sitting there. So police comes knocking on the window. Police asked him for his license and registration. And he says, I don't need to give you my license and registration. I'm not even driving. He says, all right, well, do you know whose car this is back here? He was like, yeah, that's mine. Mistake number one. Not yours. Own nothing, control everything. It's not yours. No, it's not yours. Put that shit in the trust or something like that. A lot of people know how to do it. Put that shit in the trust or something like that. Don't own shit. Feel me? First mistake. So he's like, yeah, it's mine. I said, all right, well, I'm about to tow it. So do you have the registration as such? He was like, I don't need to give you no registration. It's private property. I don't consent to you towing it because it's private property. So he's like, all right, well, I need to see registrations. I'm gonna end up towing it. So he's like, I need to get in your car with her. I'm not letting you get in my car. It's private property. You can just keep on going. So dude gets a lockpick out of his damn police officer and picks the fucking lock on his car. Now, this car is not registered. You know, the automobile's not registered. There's no state plates on it. He picks the fucking lock on his whip. And he's like, yo, what are y'all doing? Y'all just broke and entered inside my car. So the police officer starts searching for his shit. Like, where is it at? Where is it at? Fourth Amendment violation. That shit was crazy. So he basically trying to get out of his car, and then the other police officer, he got two sergeants there, one rookie, and the police officer is basically trying to keep him in the car. So there's a back and forth. He ends up getting out of the car, and he ends up sitting on the hood of the car because they wanted to tow it. He said, I ain't moving. Y'all ain't stealing my property. So long story short, they ended up getting his he gave him the passport or whatever. So they looked up his passport information. They couldn't find shit. It was like, yo, there's nothing here. Where do you live? What's your address? He's like, I live in my body. And he lives inside his body, which is facts. So they're like, no, what's your address? What's your address? I live inside my body. I don't have an address. I live in my body. So they he heard somebody call back or say on the radio, we can't find his information anywhere. So he's sitting on the hood of his car refusing to move. So they ended up locking him up for obstruction. And they go in his wallet, and this motherfucker still had his goddamn driver's license in his wallet. There's a huge sigh of relief at that point too. So they ended up locking him up. They had an address that was on the license and all that stuff. And but then keep in mind the license was it was expired. But dude, that's you can't move like that out. You're not gonna be out here with saying that a car belongs to you. You're not gonna be out here 2 a.m. You're not gonna be out here, just carrying a driver's license on you. You know, it don't work like that. So he ended up getting locked up for 2 weeks. They had him for 14 days. And then he had some warrants too from some shit he didn't show up for. That's another thing too. I'm gonna tell y'all. I know it tells you on Copper Moonshine Still's website that don't go to the court case and stuff like that. I'm gonna say it depends on what state you live in, all right. But what I'm also saying is this: I do not recommend not going because you might have one of them rookies or just some asshole that don't know nothing, don't know his ass from nothing, and he might actually end up hemming you up over some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would recommend you can cancel the contract. That's possible if you do it properly. Once you get the ticket or once you get the summons or something like that, you can't cancel the contract. You have 3 days in a lot of municipalities and states. You have 3 days to cancel a contract. If you sign a contract and you void that contract out within 3 days, the contract's null and void. So you can use your imagination with that when you get that ticket. And you want to basically, the courthouse is going to be the place where the contract needs to go back to. So you can do that the proper way. So yeah, that is something I would recommend everybody get with. And when they put your information in, some computers don't have anything. Some computers say do not detain, something like that. Do not arrest this individual based on this notice. That is facts, 100% true. So just be careful how you out there moving, man, because I told you y'all need to get rid of them contracts. You got to get rid of the driver's license. You can't have the passport and the driver's license. Now, I understand some of y'all do driving for a living, so y'all gonna have to figure out how to defend yourself in court because they ain't gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. They're just gonna say you driving, you don't have your license. Here's a ticket. Now show up to this court case and defend your rights. That's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt for the most part. Mac Bones, what's good with you, man? What's good, man? Good to see you here today, bro. And self-govern, do not speed. This is how they'll try to get jurisdiction by saying public safety. That's another thing too. There's actually court cases that state, what is it? What is that court case? Matter of fact, man, I got the paperwork here. Hold on, I'm gonna try to read it for you guys. I actually have it here somewhere. I printed up a bunch of these court cases related to traffic situations. There's this something are not threats to the public safety and are not arrestable offenses. I'm trying to remember which case that is. All right, this is going to bother me because I literally had this thing in front of me the other day. I hate when that happens. Maybe Wolf knows. Hey, Wolf, do you know what court case I'm talking about? Where it says what is it? Driving with no license and something, are not threats to the public safety and are not arrestable offenses. Or not crimes, I think they said. The crimes or threats to the public safety. Yeah, dude, I'm looking for it. I'm not able to find it right now. But no, it's one of them. It's one of them cases that were pretty much landmark. Rookies at night, public court policy enforcer thugs. Yes, indeed. Statute enforcers, man. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I disagree with that, man. I'm gonna say the veterans probably get off around 5:30 or 6. They probably gotta do some paperwork or something, but they off the roads. I would say about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. The veterans, I would probably be safe to say that. Yeah, I would say that. And then the rookies come on probably like they might be on from like 7:30, 7 o'clock to like 7 something. Maybe less hours than that, something around that area. The best thing to do in public is to respond in question format. Yep. New York, you have to go. Warrant team is coming. They got a warrant team here too, but I mean, once you do the passport, they can't verify your address. That's another reason they had him locked up for so long because they couldn't verify his address because when they looked his information up, he was a national, so it wiped his information from out of the database. It was restricted file. So they couldn't get their hands on the information. So they couldn't do shit. So it was like, fuck. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can lock him up and just have him here until he admits to having an address or something like that. So you know how it go. They can only hold you for so long though. But yeah, it removes your address. That's why when he had the other warrants for the other cases, they never came to get him. Because he literally the information wasn't there. And then he had a license that was expired too. Expired like 2000, and I think he said his license expired at 18 or something like that. That's a scary situation your friend had. I'm scared of the police after hearing so many bad encounters. I mean, look, when you out here and you doing what we do, man, and you fighting for your rights, like it's a fight, But I mean, this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. This is what I learned. There's two ways you can do this. You can go the Patriot route or you can do it the business way. All right. So the Patriot route it's basically going to be like I'm traveling, I'm not driving, I got to go into court, do this, that, and the third. I got to cite these court cases, these codes, and all this stuff. That's the Patriot way. All right, that's extremely hard to do. You can do it that way. You can do it the business way. There's another way to do it with business, And I got a dude that I know that's real good at David Westcoffer. He's real good at that. Give notices to proper channels and use the administrative process to show that they have been noticed and being that court filing the case. That's one way to do it. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat, though. A gentleman or lady always gives notice. I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah, don't just not show up, because you also fall in dishonor too. When you just not show up, that's a dishonor. And dishonor is punished. They seem to be the only ones that can fall in dishonor, but if you call them when they're bullshit, a lot of times you'll put them in a disadvantage. Do you know what ended up happening to your friend in court? Well, the court, he didn't go to court yet, so the court case is pending. They ended up giving him I think it was a bond or something like that. No. I think it was no bond. I gotta ask him. I don't know. I gotta ask him. But yeah, I know he's out. He's free now, but he's basically putting together some affidavits and stuff like that for the court case, getting his stuff in order. He should be okay though. He pretty much knows how to handle himself. It's just, they're going to test you. As part of it. They're going to test you. They are going to test you big time. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get back to this. Show y'all. All right, so look, Taquan X actually posted a very interesting video the other day. A lot of you probably already saw it, but we're going to go over this video. So he was stopped 3 times when he went to visit his hometown, Chicago. 3 times. He posted 2 videos in the last 4 days. He got pulled over. And Taquan X is he's doing the damn thing because they haven't bothered him. Let's take a look at what's going on.
Do you park it in the garage normally?
For me?
Yeah.
No, mostly be on the street. Like behind the house.
You say behind the house?
Yeah.
Just so you know everything being recorded, okay, brother?
Okay.
All right. Just one question.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why you haven't got it registered yet?
I'm a national. They ain't required.
Say again?
I'm a national. They ain't required. You'll find out.
You say you're a national?
Yeah.
I've heard of similar stuff like that. I've seen it on YouTube before.
No, this not YouTube.
Never encountered it myself personally.
After you run it, I'm gonna have to have a request from you.
You say you're international?
Yeah.
What country are you from?
I'm from United States of America Republic. I'm a state citizen of the Union Republic. You can run the information on the passport, and when you come back, I need to ask you a quick question.
Okay, you don't have a license though, right?
No, I don't have a license.
Okay. All right. Just sit tight, brother.
Yep. So what? For me? Where you said that? Oh, I was getting hustled? No, I'm cool. Cool. Yep, they pulled me over again. This is like the 3rd time I got pulled over in Illinois. I don't know, they must have got something against my car. Shit. I'm not even gonna move, nothing.
This the waiting game. This the mind fuck a lot of people get messed up with. The waiting game, bro. This is the part, you know what I mean, that gets to people.
Yeah, I did. This time too. I did. He actually did. I said from the auction. He said how long ago? A month. Everybody talking about it right now. Like, what the fuck? I said, it's not YouTube. This is real life. I said, it's not nothing.
Whether they know about it or not.
Yeah, they probably curious. Like, what the fuck?
Stop.
Oh shit.
Stop. How you know what the attitude is, do you, right? How you know what that is? Mr. Soggy Diaper. Soggy Booty.
There you go, brother. Hey, look, just a heads up. I believe in what you're doing. I ain't got nothing against you personally. Just so you don't have to have to worry about somebody bothering you for not having plates on your vehicle. See if maybe somebody else will register in their name, okay?
I understand.
That's number one. Number two, everything in this lane right here, just so you know, if you're ever traveling in this neighborhood, from Laramie all the way back to Milwaukee is a bus lane, okay?
Did you hear what he just said, y'all? Did y'all hear what the police officer literally just said? Anytime you're back in this area and you're traveling, he did not say driving. He said traveling, literally. And did you notice the change in the tonality of his voice when he came back to talk to X? He sounds like he just saw some shit and that information that he probably wishes he didn't see. And he can't say nothing about it though. You know, we know what that is.
So that was the first thing that caught my
My
attention.
bad.
All right, I'm gonna end my camera. And everything else I'm about to talk to you about is not official.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I have a printout, right? Some police sheriffs do it. I need a printout of the exact background search that's on the docket, because certain sheriffs gave certain people the transcript. So if I ever get in contact with one of you guys, that I can just produce that information as well with the card. Like, do you think you can print it out for me or get it print?
What do you mean, like what I research?
Yeah, what you
We don't have the ability to be able to do that. Pretty much everything that we do is within leagues.
So what about this, right? So
So it's like if something special that Cook County is doing, that's a completely different municipality.
So this is actually
Right.
the exact message that pops up.
Uh-huh.
This exact message that pops up.
It's not exactly like that, but it's something similar. But that pops up for people who usually like, say for instance, special interest or something like that. Maybe
Diplomats.
Not necessarily a diplomat. It won't tell us if you're a diplomat or not. But it usually pops up for people who may have special interests. Like say for example, a person who may be on parole or probation, right? Just recently got released from incarcerated.
Yeah.
It will say don't stop or detain based on this information. So it's like pretty much saying like if I knew that somebody was a pedophile before I stopped them, and I stopped them just for the sole purpose because they are a pedophile, I can't do that. But if I have reasonable articulable suspicion, or in this case, probable cause, which is you operate in a motor.
That's Cap. He kind of told the truth, but he kind of made some shit up. Like that didn't make no sense what he just said. So he was saying that basically if the information tells that the dude is a felon or something like that, don't stop him just because they're a felon. That's common sense. Like what? That's common sense. I ain't believe that. I think what he was trying to say was the information from what he gathered, he wasn't allowed to do anything about it from what he read. Now, again, it's the same thing the other police officer said that he asked, like, yo, this doesn't mean if you commit a crime, which a crime is basically an injured party, it's unlawful, not illegal. You know, as long as you're endangering the public or something like that. That's what I think he was going to say, but he couldn't 100% say it though, because I think he knew X was recording.
Motor vehicle in a bus lane and operating a motor vehicle without registration within the state of Illinois, that's probable cause. I can stop you for that.
Okay.
I didn't know who you were before I stopped you. So it's like, say for instance, you are a diplomat, and I stopped you because you were a diplomat, completely separate. Okay, you know what I mean? Quick question.
Yeah.
You seem like a person that might know something about straw man.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I turned off my.
Yo, he turned off his body cam to ask about the straw man. Yo.
Yeah. Tracking.
Yeah. So it's
How did
secure
you go
party
about
process. Now this what I have right now. I'm a non-citizen national, right?
Right.
So a non-citizen national is a state citizen of the Union Republic.
Right.
I'm not a United
like
States.
Something from
You feel me?
something from 1776.
Yeah, it's two separate entities because the U.S. citizen don't have rights because we stuck under the 14th Amendment Act.
Right.
So
the birth certificate.
Pretty much. Yes. So licenses, permits, fees are not dealing with the Constitution. It's all repugnant to the Constitution. You feel me? So right now, what they're trying to put the police right there, say you law enforcement, but they don't understand it's called policy enforcement. A policy enforcer because y'all work for the legislator. It's not for the Constitution. So you read a book, right? I mean, not read.
All right. So he was going and basically putting them on point. The police officer was trying to learn some information. So have we hit a crux where the police officers who are they have less green or so to speak or more experience under their belt? Have we hit a crux where they're actually trying to learn this stuff now? Is that what's happening? Because this is not the first time I've heard a police officer ask a question about it when Taquan dealt with him. Now, another question, information. I told you guys I was going to be releasing some TSA footage too. I'm having trouble getting it off of my watch because I actually recorded it on my watch. But I actually showed what happened if you decided to decline the radiation machine that's supposed to scan your body or something like that. I actually have the whole recorded conversation with the TSA workers of that, but I got to figure out a way to get it to the phone. So yeah, that's been interesting. But so late, like back what I was saying, BOTG, boots on the ground out there trying to, make it happen and let people know what it is. A man, Albert says, freedom of information, the cops video to see what his lieutenant higher up says. Yeah, that's the same thing I said. Like, yo, we need to start doing a freedom of information act for that information and get that on record so we can, we can know what it is. It would be interesting to see how the convo go when the officer out of uniform. I'm telling you, bro, like I've talked to police officers that are were off duty and it was like, yo, can I do this? Real talk, like facts. In 2 seminars, I did a black woman police officer admitted they don't teach them this info to me. Yeah. And that she researched my info and I was right. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, like all this stuff is hidden, just obscure truth, man. That's all it is. It's obscure truth. Literally. All right. Enough of me running my damn mouth. Let's have y'all run y'all's. All right, let's do the invite here and let's get some other people to tune in. Here's the link. So if you want to join, the link is right there. Link is in the comment section. All right, let's move on. If I can find the video I want to show you. Where is it? Okay, take a look at this right here.
All right, a new United Nations report on climate change warns the world has only 3 years to act in order to avoid an irreversible catastrophe. Meanwhile, a California startup is doing its part to cut down on greenhouse gas emissions by creating a new kind of alternative meat.
It's a classic Indian dish with a twist.
It looks like regular chicken the way it cooks. You know, it gets that little crust on the outside there.
That's the beauty of it.
It's created using a fermentation process similar to making yogurt, but instead of using microbes that consume milk and sugar, Air Protein uses microbes that eat oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. And that can be processed to mimic chicken, seafood, and beef.
We can grow enough material to make a steak in a matter of hours.
The concept for Air Protein came from NASA in the 60s as a way to recycle the CO2 astronauts exhale and turn it into food. Dyson developed.
All right, so the fact that that shit came from NASA should automatically just make you say no. Let me keep playing it.
The technology to help fight climate change.
So Air Chicken is still in the beginning phase of the USDA approval process. It could start hitting store shelves sometime next year when ultimately consumers will decide if it indeed tastes like chicken.
Man, what in the flying hell? And this is part of that organization from the what is it, the World Economic Forum? Is that the WEF? I think it was what it was called. This is part of the conversation that they were talking to each other about. The carbon footprint, this, that, and all this other stupid shit that we don't give a fuck about, quite frankly. And keep in mind, these are a bunch of entitled assholes who flew private jets all the way over to a land not native to where they're at. Private freaking jets to these lands that they went to in order to go and discuss how other people's carbon footprint are fucking shit up. That reminds me of when there was a recession, and then you had Ford, Chrysler, and Chevy. The presidents of the companies flew their jets in to ask the court to have the American tax dollars bail them out. Like, y'all son of y'all, and they was like, yo, y'all, not one of you have made an effort to try to get any cut costs on any of the products you guys have created. Hey, how did you guys get here? Did you guys fly a private jet here? And so there's a problem right there. You guys flew private jets over here. You didn't even take your own product here, and you're asking us to give the taxpayers money to you to bail you out of your bad decisions. That's hilarious. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. You can't make this, probably theater though, but it still was funny as hell. I've done this passport process for cops and federal agents. Fire. So everybody should have that damn passport, honestly. Still bad wolf. Yes, indeed, I agree. But yeah, everybody should be on point with the information. You know, different levels to it though, depending on how far you want to go, of course. But, I mean, I tell people on a regular, like, yo, you don't have to do what I do and, you know, just go hard and, you know, travel and all that stuff. You literally can keep rocking out the way you're rocking out, but just have your shit protected. Let's take a look at this right here. All right. Another thing I saw I want you guys to take a look at.
The new Audis, have you seen what they have for red lights? Audi technology is linked to all of the traffic lights. So when you're driving and you come up to a traffic light and it's red, it'll have a countdown for when it's going to turn green. So it'll be like 5, 4.
No way.
And they also have a feature where it tells you if you want to hit every single green light and never get caught, what speed to be at. It'll be like to hit all green lights on this route, travel at 35 miles an hour, and you'll be perfect.
How does Audi have access to that? Like,
I don't know.
When the traffic light will turn green. Check it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green. There you go.
That's pretty interesting, man. I will admit that is pretty cool, but I don't think I would want a car that smart. I like to be the smartest one in the whip. At least that's a little too much for me, man. To each his own, I suppose, though. Albert says meat is going to be a delicacy in 10, 20, 30 years. Sadly, you might be right, man. Put all property in the trust. Yes, indeed. 1,000%. I would recommend, like, you can do like a family trust. You know what I mean? You can do like a family trust or something like that, too. And you just start putting assets in it. 100%. You can definitely do that. I agree with that, Civic Maker. You put your stuff in a trust, like the cars and stuff like that are paid off, man. Man, take that VIN, man. Take that year, all that stuff, man. Put that in the trust. Draw up the paperwork. Get that stuff all taken care of, man. Get all your stuff protected. You know, you can even go down to the DMV and you can register it with the trust. Foreign trust, you can do so. That's why trusts exist. These rich people do the same thing. They don't put nothing in their damn name, man. Own nothing, control everything. That's facts right there. Large facts. All right, let's get one more in here. Actually, we got a couple more. Which one's first? All right, here we go. All right, take a look at this one right here. This is back to the masks thing we were talking about.
These motherfuckers really be riding around killing us, bro. Mercenaries, nigga. You think every killing in Chicago is us? Nigga, the police be riding around my city killing us, nigga. And I'm saying this shit, nigga, with tears in my eyes. With tears in my eyes, nigga. Like real life shit. They be riding around with hoodies, nigga, acting like they gays, killing us, nigga. Why you think there's so many unsolved murders? Nigga, we ain't cold like that. We do some shit, we get caught. We get caught, man. Come on, man. Y'all ain't gonna wake up and see this shit. I'm telling y'all real facts with real life tears in my eyes, man. If you are not from Chicago, or if you live in Chicago, stop thinking every fucking gunshot going off came from your motherfucking ops, man. It's called mercenary groups, nigga. Google it, nigga. The police, nigga, hop in their cars, nigga, hoodie up, paint their faces, nigga, and ride around and shoot us, nigga. And then you be like, oh, the stones just came through here blowing. So I'm finna go slide. So you go back on the stones and shit and you blowing at them, nigga. That's how they do us, bro. That's on my son, man. That's on my son, Joe. Chicago, downtown Chicago is packed with police, nigga. So who the fuck killed a big-ass rapper on Oak Street and 4 shooters, nigga? And they got away with it, nigga? And y'all still want to believe the streets did that? The government did that, nigga. Nigga, who did that shit and got away, nigga? There's cameras all over downtown Chicago, nigga.
All right, so my man is driving a point home. My man is saying it's a little more than this than the news is projecting it to be, with the whole situation with the shootings and all that. I've heard that multiple times too. I've heard that multiple times. I've also we talked about the situation where there's crates dropped off in certain neighborhoods too, and then those kids break into them trains and get into them crates of guns. We definitely heard about that. The semi and private auto is under 508C1A. C1A. All right, bet. Got you. Yes, indeed. But yeah, so I mean, it just leads you to believe, like, yo, what is really happening on them streets like that, man? Now, these are areas that a lot of people don't actually go to. They just hear situations about that arise from them. But I mean, is there some truth to what he's saying, man? Y'all think that stuff is true? That's my question. What is the likelihood that that's actually happening, and to what degree? He got a point. Unsolved murders. A lot of times, dudes in the streets when they out there taking each other out, they get caught. They ain't nice with it like that. They get caught. They go do some stupid ass shit and leave stuff all over the place. They ain't that sharp with those type of things. You gotta with any just like with anything, you gotta have a lot of practice in order to be good at something. So for you to move around like that and not get caught, that makes sense from what he's saying. Just evil. Yeah, 100%. I agree, man. All right. Let me see here. So I think that's all I pretty much have right there in terms of the videos you guys can take a look at. All right. So last call. If anybody else wants to jump in, this is the link. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the day, man. We covered some information, so I can go ahead and tie it up. I'm gonna continue trying to bring you guys that video from TSA, just so you can see exactly what was said and what these people's mindset basically is. But yeah, you can opt out of the radiation treatment pretty much. I actually had one of you guys tell me that like a month ago. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and give it a try, man. Let me travel the road untraveled or less traveled or something and see what happened if you just opted out of the radiation search or whatever it is, whatever that thing is called. And yeah, you can definitely do that when you get on a plane or something. You can opt out of it. You can just basically go for a regular pat now. And let me check the comments. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yep. All caught up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, it's been great chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back here, God willing, next Sunday, same time, over here to drop bars. They be monitoring channels. Of course they do. Of course they do. Oh, what's up, man? What's good with you, famo? I just realized, yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? We you came at the tail end, and we about to get out of here. It is A64 National Born Natural. We will be back in live next Sunday, same time. I will have more topics to discuss. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open about all the stuff that's going on. Pay attention, use your brain to digest the information. Look into them crystals, and please guard your consciousness coming up on the 5th, or it might be the 4th, according to what somebody said earlier. Please get your stuff together and keep your mind right. All right. I will holler at y'all next week. Peace.